Hey y'all, we going camping.
Seriously though, we're getting ready to go. Y'all come along. Got the little boys putting some firewood in. About to put the bikes in. Get ready to rock and roll. Got the bikes packed, ready to go. And still working on the firewood. Welcome back, guys. Today we are fixing to go camping, and we're going to show you all from start up to set up, so on and so forth. We got a request to show startup procedure and how we do everything, and pardon my mess. Anyway, listen, hey, we have chapters, we always do. So if there's something that you want to watch, feel free to just scroll on through. But hey, before you do, hit that like button. That really helps out. And if you really like what's going on, hit that subscribe button. But anyway, let's get into it because we're fixing to fire up and get on out of here. So first things first, I guess we need to turn the air compressor on. Going to put a little air on the bus because you saw in the other video, see how floppy those belts are. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's try again. This may turn out to be more of a comedy show than anything. Get some air on this belt. All right, cool. All right, let's turn these batteries on. All right, guys, as you can hear by the annoying beeping, we are waiting for those two guys to get on up to about 75 pounds of pressure. Then the alarms will go off, and we can wait for the airbags to fill up, which on this coach does take a little bit for whatever reason. Something I probably need to look at a little more in depth. But it's going outside and unhook from shore power. All right, first things first, we got to turn off the mini split. We're going to go downstairs, and then we're going to start unplugging shore power and get on out of here. All right, we're going to come down here. We're going to cut off our shore power and then go over here, cut it off at the house, and then unplug it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and turn the inverter breaker on. All right, now we're going to come in here and turn the inverter on. And if you saw the other video where I've replaced this already, and it's pulling 123 watts on that refrigerator. Not too shabby. All right, let's go check our air pressure. Pull up and do a walk around. All right, guys, we're going to do a little walkthrough and just, it's a short run today, short travel day, but we are going to make sure there's nothing just glaringly obvious. I've cranked the bus up recently. You may have a hard time hearing me. I crank it up about every week to 2 weeks, and I definitely run it about every few weeks. But make sure we got all our lights running. Nothing, like I said, glaringly obvious. This is going to be, like I said, just a quick walk around. I've cranked and run and put it in and out of gear and made sure everything's working, so I try to stay on top of that. All right, let's get on the road.
So this video should be called What I Meant to Say. Had extreme audio issues and the mic didn't connect and so on and so forth. You can see me running my mouth there, but I will do my best to just kind of go through what I was trying to say. But as you can see, some of this video Some of this footage is very familiar. We're just pulling out of our road and getting on the road there by getting taken out by a car. There'll be a lot of driving in this video. The video turned out pretty good, but rather long, to be honest. So I'm just gonna put some music on and let y'all enjoy the ride for a minute. Like I said a minute ago, there's chapters. Just scroll through, see what you want to see, hit that like button. Also, I want to make mention that I'm going to speed the video up because this video is turning out pretty long. So don't want y'all thinking we're driving like 80 everywhere or something crazy. One thing I wanted to mention right here is don't forget to clear your intersections, left, right, left, going through there. Make sure nothing crazy is going on. I always want to drive this home every video. Increase your following distance. Guys, don't run up on people. You can see that I just stay back. Just stay back and see it all. If you watch the safety video, you'll know what I'm talking about. So here we are. We're going to roll in here and get a few bucks in fuel. Notice I didn't say gas because somebody called me out for that the other day, which is fine. I get it. Right now, fuel prices are a little high, in my opinion. If you saw one of the last videos talking about fuel, being able to shop around for fuel, we have probably 70-80 gallons still in the tank, but want to put a little fresh on top, as my dad would always say. And $3.65 a gallon where we are. Not really willing to put a whole lot of fuel in there. I'm gonna wait till it comes down. I sure wish we could get back to that Buc-ee's price I found in Birmingham for about $2.80 a gallon. I filled that bad boy up. There I am yakking again. Really bummed that this little segment, I thought we had the audio worked out. So we're going to Lake Stone in Century, Florida. It's a campground we've went to my whole life, as usual with these last couple videos. Really enjoy the campground, really low key, not much to do. You know, there's not really any hiking or anything. It's fishing and hanging out. Super chill, really what we need just to kind of unplug a little bit. So I'm gonna roll on here and get going. Looks like I had more to say than what I'm saying right now, but that's all right because audio gets fixed here in a few minutes. So. One thing I didn't mention, my wife is following this because we got a soccer game today. So she's driving the van behind us with my daughter and the dog. The dog normally would be right there on the right in that bunk, but got the two little boys back there hanging out. You know, that's the beautiful thing about the bus life. They can just chill on the road, hang out, do what they do, play games. A lot of times my wife's actually laying in the bed back there with the dog because first time we went out he had super high anxiety for whatever reason. But yeah, just rolling on. You wouldn't think that in Florida you have hills, but up the north end of the county it's a little hilly. It's a really pretty drive actually, real pretty. It's what I'll do whenever I go stretch the bus's legs. I'll run it up to Century every once in a while, and you know, it's about 30-40 minute run, not too bad. Now we will return back to our regular scheduled programming. Enjoy the rest of the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
Man at the audio issues. Well, y'all may get some voiceovers on this, but I already said it. But we are in the town of Century, Florida's north end of Escambia County. We'll roll into Lake Stone here in just a minute. It's about a 100-acre lake. I don't know that I actually got that audio on there, but regardless, beautiful lake. Been coming up here basically our whole life. So there you go. And Got some traffic in this entrance. This is Highway 4A. Turn off Highway 29 on 4A. Put out here a couple miles. It's on the left. It's kind of one of those hidden gems my wife doesn't even really want to broadcast about, but you know what? I'll let you know it. We are going to do a big rig review on the campground. At least that way you'll know kind of some thoughts on it. So definitely hit that subscribe button and check that out. We got a little road work. School bus. One thing I've got to look into this driver AC. Last trip we were on, big trip at least, I hit the driver AC and it kept smelling antifreeze, which it doesn't really blow that good anyway, but it kept smelling antifreeze. Something was going on with the thermostat. It's actually kicking over heat on the driver's side. So they are separated driver and passenger area. So it's kind of nice. Spool Mr. Dude up. All right, there's the campground. So I think I've already mentioned, but in this video, I think what we're going to do is we're going to sidetracked. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to do setup driving and also just kind of setting up in here. Wow, there's quite a few in here today. Let's pull in here and see what's up. All right, we finally got put in the spot. First he said the pads are 45, they're actually 40, so we'll have a little conversation, Gus's big review on that. But here is our setup procedure whenever we are camping. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the low idle and let the motor come down for just a little bit. I know there's debate on that, but that's what I like to do. I'm going to turn off my lights, do that for just a second, but then I'm going to dump all my air into low buoy mode. Get all the air out of there so it levels out the coach. And I'm going to shut it down. And the reason why is because that's going to keep me level. I'm going to keep enough air to keep the door running, but all in all, I'm not trying to keep the airbags up. We don't have level low like the converters do and stuff like that. So let's go set up and get ready to go camp. All right, this is going to be a quick setup video. A little issue with the coach. The condenser fans are not turning off for the coach air, so that's kind of weird, but I need to get some bus air going. So what I'm fixing to do is plug in, but before I do, I'm going to turn the inverter off. Make sure we get that powered down. It's in. No, I do not have all the fancy smancy watchdog stuff or anything like that, but always turn the breaker off. I'm gonna turn it on. It should hear a beep for ready. Yep, HVAC. So I got that, and then what I'm gonna do is we didn't really use the water hose for that I normally have connected to the water pump for running down the road. I'm gonna go ahead and split this water hose anyway and just use the one end for us because we don't need a whole lot of reach. Unlike last time we camped where we needed a whole lot of reach. So that's basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this water in real quick. And then we're gonna start troubleshooting the coach and figure out why in the world that condenser fan is not going off. May have to get my father-in-law out. He's coming up anyway. Figure out what's going on with that. So I have a valve right here to go ahead and turn that off because I don't want to just blast the water. Turn the water on. I'm going to very slowly turn the valve on. All right. And we did have to basically turn our toilet down like almost half because that thing just too much pressure. So yeah, open up the AC bay, get the air conditioning going, and we're done. That's it, guys. All right, so crisis averted with the condenser fan. I had to figure that out, but as long as the master switch is not on, we're good. Gonna turn off the inverter. We'll reach in here and get the stove running. Flip that on. Should be good to go on that. No really reason to mess with anything. I do want to show y'all one little thing that I do. So I've got an extension cord running right here. We are blessed enough this bus came with a battery charger. So what we do is we actually plug it in right here, and then that runs the battery charger and it keeps the batteries from dying this weekend because we have to leave the batteries on because it's electric over air. And let me show you all that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run an extension cord either over there or to the next cargo bay. I've got to plug in there. And then we're going to get this air compressor running at about 75 PSI. And then we're going to plug into the accessory side of the coach, and then that will keep our door opening and closing this weekend. So batteries, air compressor, accessories, good to go. What's up, y'all? We're going to wrap this video up with a little bit of real talk with Johnny. You know, transparent. It's the bus life. You know, things happen. And so one thing, I knew the air conditioner was maybe a little smidge low on Freon on the mini split side. Well, the bus side from the last time we really ran it, maybe hit my mic. Whoops. It was a smidge low on Freon too. So had to turn the air on, off, air on and off. So never really got the bus cooled down yesterday. Get here, and then the mini split was not keeping up. I know it's just a little smidge low on Freon. I left it on 62, and when we got up this morning, it was 60 degrees in the bus. It was pretty chilly. Just one of those things. Need to check that, make sure we don't have any Freon leaks, whatever. No big deal. Because we went camping in the middle of summer, went on our summer vacation in the middle of June, end of June, July, in Tennessee, Kentucky, upper 90s. The bus did great, right? So no big deal. We'll get that figured out. The bus side, though, guys, there's a lot. I'll show y'all in just a second. I'll just show y'all some of this wiring. There's a lot. There's relays. There's just so much to know about this bus. Well, when we shut the bus down yesterday, I went out to go start plugging in, and next thing you know, there's the air conditioner still running. The condenser is still running on the bus, and I was totally bumfuzzled. So got on the internet, good old Facebook group, and reached out and was like, hey, bus AC gurus. And I'm like, hey, what's up? They're like, oh, check 39 relay. So yesterday, kind of looking around trying to figure out 39 relay, and I will show you why I had such a problem trying to figure out where number 39 relay was, but I did find it. So there is number 39 relay in the evaporator bay. So there's that. So let me show y'all something. Let's walk up here, show you as to why I was like, I don't know which relay to go to. Check all of that out. Relays galore. Last but not least, actually not last. I lied. We've been doing a little fishing. We went into that soccer game yesterday, and then sister actually caught her a decent sized bluegill. And you got all that. Look at all the relays, all the electrical. But wait, there's more. Around here, show you all this. A few more relays. And the battery charger. Alright guys, thanks for coming along. We'll wrap this video up at the risk of it getting to be like 45 minutes long. I know last time I looked at the edit, it was like 30 minutes long. So we're going to wrap it up. If there's something you want to see or something you feel like we missed, hit it in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you've stayed to the end of this video. Thank you so much for following along. We're going to get some of the, the dumping and all the things that we do, post-trip. We'll catch that at a later video. Don't forget there's going to be Gus's Big Rig review coming out. But for now, we're going to hang out and just enjoy the weekend. So y'all have a good one.